An insider from Nintendo just told me what the next 8 tracks for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will be. And the next 8 tracks are gonna be
Toad Circuit.
The Mario Kart Booster Course Pass brings you fan favorite 3DS Toad Circuit in Wave 2. Why Nintendo? Holy crap. After what felt like 500 long years, Nintendo released the second wave of the Mario Kart Booster Course Pass. This is insane, and what this one brought to the table was actually very decent tracks. If you remember in Wave 1, it was kind of a mixed bag for me. I liked a lot of the courses, but there were some that kind of felt worse than others. Overall, this wave has a very good selection of tracks in my opinion. There is one that is kind of like Toad Circuit from Wave 1, and we're not going to give names yet, but you could probably guess which one that is. What's up everyone, it's me, your boy Cristendo here, the biggest knob on YouTube, and today we are going to be reviewing the Mario Kart Course Pass Wave 2. This is kind of a series that we're doing on the channel where we review every course that Nintendo gives us in each of the waves of the DLC. This is Wave 2. After 4 long months of waiting, we finally received it. And before we get into it, I just want to say, compared to the last wave, these tracks look absolutely amazing. You could tell when Nintendo took the criticism they were given from the first wave and they actually updated the tracks to make it look closer to the main game, but we're not quite there yet. Anyways, we're going to get into this. We're going to be starting with the Turnip Cup and New York Minute. New York Minute is a city track that takes place at night. This looks absolutely amazing. I really like when Mario Kart does nighttime themed city courses, as they just look absolutely amazing, especially in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And this one takes you through the city park, through the parking garages. It's a great course. It has the flair to it where it takes multiple different variations of the track New York Minute from Tour and kind of combines them together, similar to Tokyo Blur and Paris Promenade in the first DLC. This track looks amazing. It's a lot of fun to play on. Just the layout of it is absolutely incredible, and the music of it is an absolute banger. It's kind of jazzy, which really fits Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm going to give this course an 8 out of 10. This is a great course to start off the DLC, and I'm excited to see what's next. What was that? Oh, it's just SNES Mario Circuit 3. Hey Chris, think. What is something good you could say about this track? Well, the music is decent, and the sand is actually sand, but that's all I can really say about this track. This track is the flattest Mario Kart track in the history of Mario Kart tracks. I don't know what it is with Nintendo treating these SNES tracks like absolute crap, but it would be nice if they got the same treatment as the GBA tracks, because this track, not only is it flat, but it is so basic. I guess that the turns that there is on there are fun. Other than that, there's just not much fun to be done on this course. There's only one shortcut really, and it's just another circuit track, which we already got in Wave 1 with Toad Circuit. And I just think Toad Circuit did it better. The music is like the only really saving grace I feel with this track, and I guess the fact that it's actually sand and not just a blank palette makes it slightly more visually appealing than Toad Circuit, but there's just not much that's saving this track from being an absolute mid track. 5 out of 10. According to leaks, it seems like that Calamari Desert is going to be our last N64 track to come in the DLC. And I think this one is a great way to wrap up that game for the DLC. This track takes you through a western type of desert, and it has you avoiding this train that is going around the track. Something new that's in this track that wasn't in the original was the fact that you can actually drive through the tunnel, which I think is absolutely cool. This track is very, very beautiful. It's one of the better looking tracks in the DLC, probably one of the best looking tracks, in fact. And I just feel overall it's a really good track, and it has a nice balance of strategy and chaos. Overall, I feel this track is an 8 out of 10. It definitely is one of my favorites, and it was such a blessing to see this come to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The next one has to be my favorite Mario Kart track of all time. Waluigi Pinball came in Wave 2 of the DLC, and let me tell you, when I heard this announcement, I was absolutely hyped. In my opinion, I think this is probably one of the best DLC tracks of all time so far. I mean, to be fair, we only have 16, but of them all, I think this one has to be my favorite. This track, they converted it so well to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It looks absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. And it even has the little sound effects from the DS game, which is a small detail, but I absolutely love it. Only problem I have with this track is that they used the same music as the DS Wario Stadium music that was already in the game, but that's just a minor nitpick. The music is still great, and overall, I really enjoyed this track. It's a lot of fun to play on, and I think this one is a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10. Alright, up next, we have Sydney Sprint. Sydney Sprint, I'm surprised, is a track that's not fully upside down. Anyways, I think this one has to be one of my favorite tour tracks that are like based on a real world location. This one has so much exploration you get to do. The second map especially takes you through basically the entirety of what it seems to be Sydney, and I really like the music. The atmosphere of it is nice. It makes you feel like you're on like a vacation sort of thing, and overall it's a banger track. I think this track has so much to look at. There's the opera house, there's downtown Sydney, there's just so much going on in this track, and I absolutely love it about it. I'm gonna give this track a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I like it more than Ninja Hideaway, but it's definitely up there as one of my favorite tour tracks that we have so far. GBA Snowland is one of the most beautiful snowy tracks that we have in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, at least in my opinion. This one is one of those GBA tracks that got a complete overhaul. Maybe not as much as Ribbon Road, but they definitely did put effort in this one, as this was one that has never been remade. GBA Snowland, you can definitely tell, has ice physics, but they're not annoying to the point where it's uncontrollable. I really like how it does change it up a bit with the ice physics. It adds a little bit more strategy, I guess you could say. And the music is an absolute bop. That's just a given for any Mario Kart track, I feel. And overall, the track layout, though simple, I really do enjoy. The penguins add a nice amount of flavor to the track, give you something to both avoid and also vibe to, as they are penguins. Like, you cannot go wrong with penguins in a Mario Kart track. Anyways, I think this one is an 8 out of 10. Very solid track. Maybe not as good of a GBA remake course as, let's say, Ribbon Road, but overall, I did enjoy playing this track. Mushroom Gorge is one of the best tracks in Mario Kart. I may have said that Waluigi Pinball is one of the best looking tracks in the DLC so far, but I think this one might top it. The cave part, it's so magical feeling. All the crystals, like how like the lighting is in there. Can't explain it. You'd have to play the track yourself to understand, but this track, I was so happy to see come to the game. I remember so much when I was a little child playing this track, struggling to stay on the mushrooms, and I am so glad I'm able to relive these memories, actually being able to bounce on the mushrooms. This track is an absolute banger one of the best Mario Kart tracks of all time. Not the top, but it is definitely up there. The shortcuts in this track are probably some of the best in the DLC so far. Overall, banger track, great music, even though I think it's basically the same as the Wii. Definitely a 9 out of 10. Alright, that's it for this one. I am going to go back to Fall Guys. Oh wait, there's still one more track. Sky High Sunday, that's right, the Fall Guys track. This one, it's alright. Initially, I thought this one was going to be a lot more fun than it looked. It looked like it was going to be a blast. The whole knowing that Nintendo didn't ditch anti-gravity for the DLC was nice to know. But this one is just a big oval. It's kind of like Excite Bike Arena in a way, just with like a dessert kick to it and being an anti-gravity. Other than that though, there's just not much going for this track. It's cool that there is a bunch of different pathways that you could take in this track, but overall I think this one is one of the weaker tour original courses. I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. It's not bad, but I still think that of tour original courses that aren't real world locations, Ninja Hideaway is still the best one out of the two. Overall, I think the DLC was a fairly good pick of tracks. There's a lot of bangers in there. There's a few stinkers, but overall, very, very decent wave of DLC. It seems like Nintendo is starting to listen to us, the community, a bit more with the DLC, as we know they made the grass actual grass this time, and they took the effort to make the tracks not look like a crappy mobile game. There's also been rumors that apparently the cars in Coconut Mall move now, which sounds like a win to me. I wonder what they did with that. Since when has Shy Guy been so evil?